Let's take up this question. Write the net ionic equation for the reaction of potassium dichromate with sodium sulfite in an acidic solution to give chromium plus 3 ion and sulfate ion. So first we write equation. Dichromate ion is Cr2O7 minus 2 plus SO3 2 minus is sulfite ion. Dichromate ions are changing to chromium plus 3 ion plus sulfite ion are getting oxidized to sulfate ion. Dichromate are orange in color and chromium plus 3 is green in color. This will be the color change in this reaction. Now first we assign the oxidation number of each atom. In dichromate ions, 2x minus 14 equal to minus 2, x will be equal to plus 6. So oxidation state of chromium is plus 6 and oxygen is minus 2. In sulfite ion, x minus 6 is equal to minus 2, x comes out to be 4. So sulfur is plus 4 and oxygen is minus 2. In chromium plus 3, oxidation state of chromium is plus 3. In sulfate ion, x minus 8 equal to minus 2, x is equal to plus 6. So sulfur is plus 6 and oxygen is minus 2. Calculate the increase and decrease in oxidation number. Here there is decrease in oxidation number from plus 6 to plus 3. And here it is increase in oxidation number plus 4 to plus 6. Oxygen remains minus 2 on both sides. Now, as the reaction occurs in acidic medium and further the ionic charges are not equal on both sides, so add 8H positive ion on the left hand side. Why we have added 8 positive ion, 8H positive ion to balance the charge. Here we had 2 minus and here we had 6 minus. So total there were 8 minus and here we have 8 plus. So overall charge is neutral. And here we have multiplied by 2 so that there is 6 positive charge, and here we have 3 sulfate ions, 3 into 2, that is 6 negative charge, that is this side also is neutral. So the charges are equal on both sides, atoms are equal, 2 chromium, 3 sulfur, 9 oxygen, and we have got 9 plus 7, 16 oxygen, and here we have 12 oxygen. So we have to still balance oxygen atom, and hydrogen also we need to balance. Now we count the hydrogen atom and add appropriate number of water molecules, that is 4 water molecules to balance this 8 hydrogen. We have added 4 molecules. Now we have to check whether the oxygen atoms are balanced or not. Here we had 9 plus 7, 16 oxygen. Here we have 12 plus 4, 16 oxygen. The equation is balanced. Next question, permanganate ion, in which manganese is plus 7, in basic medium oxidizes iodide ion to produce molecular iodine. And manganese in 4 oxidation state, MnO2, is formed. Write a balanced ionic equation to represent this redox reaction. First step is MnO4 minus aqueous plus iodide ion changes to MnO2 solid plus iodine solid. We assign oxidation number. First we break down into half reaction method. 2 half reactions, iodide ion aqueous gives you iodine solid. Here iodine has got minus 1 oxidation state and iodine has 0 oxidation state. In reduction half we have MnO4 minus gives you MnO2 solid. To balance this equation, we get 2 iodide ion gives you iodine. So the number of atoms are equal. MnO4 minus gives you MnO2 solid. Oxidation state of MnO4 minus is manganese is plus 7 in permanganate ion, and here Mn is plus 4 in MnO2. How? X minus 8 equal to minus 1, x is equal to plus 7. And here x minus 4 equal to 0, x is plus 4. Here it is plus 7 and here it is plus 4. We are at 3 electrons to balance the charges. 3 electrons we are added to balance the charges. Now what we do, this reaction is taking place in basic medium, and this side we have 4 negative charge. So we add 4 OH ion. So to balance the negative charge, we are adding 4 OH ion. Now to balance 4 hydrogen, we are adding 2 water. And you will check that oxygen is automatically balanced. How? There is 4 plus 2, 6 oxygen. This side also we have 6 oxygen. Manganese is already balanced. Now we balance the charges of the 2 half reactions in the manner shown below. 2 iodide ion is equal to iodine solid plus 2 electrons. 2 negative charge was there this side, so we have added 2 electrons. Permanganate ions plus 2 water liquid plus 3 electrons gives you MnO2 solid plus 4 OH ions. Now we have to balance the number of electrons gained and lost. Here there are 2, here there are 3, so we multiply this equation by 3 and this equation by 2 so that electrons are cancelled. 6 iodide ion gives you 3 iodine solid plus 6 electrons. 2 MnO4 minus aqueous plus 4 water liquid plus 6 electrons gives you 2 MnO2 solid plus 8 OH ion. Add the two half cell equation, half reactions, we will get 6 iodide ion plus 2 MnO4 minus plus 4 water, electrons get cancelled. They are on opposite side, 3 iodine solid plus 2 MnO2 solid plus 8 OH ion aqueous. So final verification shows that the equation is balanced. How? 6 iodine, 2 manganese, 2 manganese. There are 8 plus 4, 12 oxygen. There is 8 plus 4, 12 oxygen. 8 hydrogen, 8 hydrogen. All the atoms are equal. Let's take up the charges. 6 negative plus 2 negative, 8 negative charge. This side also 8 negative charge. Equation is balanced. Now we are taking redox reaction as the basis of titration. In acid-base system, we come across with the titration method, finding out the strength of one solution against the other using a pH-sensitive indicator. For example, phenolphthalein is used as an indicator in the titration of strong base versus weak acid. And if the base is weak, like sodium carbonate versus HCl, then the indicator used is methyl orange. Similarly, in redox reaction, the titration method can be adopted to determine the strength of the reductant, reducing agent, or oxidant, that is oxidizing agent, using a redox sensitive indicator. The use of indicator in redox reaction is illustrated as follows. The first situation, the reagent itself is intensely colored, that is dark colored. Permanganate ion is dark pink color or violet color. So here MnO4 minus acts as self-indicator. The visible endpoint in the case is achieved after the last of the reductant, reducing agent, ferrous ion in Mahar salt or oxalate ion in oxalic acid is oxidized. Ferrous ion will get oxidized to ferric ion and oxalate ion will get oxidized to carbon dioxide, and the first lasting tinge of pink color appears at MnO4 minus concentration as low as 10 to the power minus 6 moles per liter. So it is quite sensitive indicator, because even in small concentration pink color will be there. So when whole ferrous ion is converted into ferric ion, the pink color will be due to KMnO4 unused. Similarly, when whole of the oxalate ion get converted into carbon dioxide, so the MnO4 minus will not be consumed and it will impart pink color to the solution, and we will take this as endpoint. This ensures a minimum overshoot in the color beyond the equivalence point, the point where the reductant and oxidants are equal in terms of mole stoichiometry. If there is no dramatic auto color change as in permanganate titration, there are other indicators which are oxidized immediately after the last bit of the reactant is consumed, producing a dramatic color change. For example, in dichromate ions, which is not a self-indicator but oxidizes the indicator substance like diphenylamine just after the equivalence point to produce an intense blue color, thus signaling the end point. So here diphenylamine is used as indicator which turns blue after the equivalence point with the help of dichromate ion. There is yet another method which is interesting and quite common. Its use is restricted to those reagents which are able to oxidize iodide ion. For example, copper plus 2 ion is able to oxidize iodide ion to iodine and itself get reduced to copper 1 ion. 2 copper plus 2 ion plus 4 iodide ion which forms cuprous iodide. That is Cu plus 2 has changed to Cu plus 1. CuI is unstable, therefore it exists as dimer, that is Cu2I2. Iodide ion has changed to I2. So this is redox reaction where copper plus 2 is gaining electrons, so acting as oxidizing agent, whereas iodide ion is losing electrons, it acts as reducing agent. This method relies on the fact that iodine itself gives an intense blue color with the starch. Therefore, we use starch as the indicator, and has a very specific reaction with thiosulfate ion, S2O3 minus 2, which 2 is redox reaction. So this iodine aqueous reacts with 2 moles of thiosulfate ion to form 2 iodide ion plus tetrathionate ion. Iodine, though insoluble in water, but it remains in solution in Ki as Ki3. So if you are asked a question why iodine is more soluble in Ki solution than water, the answer is it is due to the formation of a complex compound potassium triiodide. So here it will break down into potassium ion and iodide ion, triiodide ion. That's why it is soluble in water. And this reaction or this redox titration is also called ID-Mitri titrations, in which starch is used as an indicator. On oxidation of starch after the liberation of iodine from the reaction of cupric ion on iodide ions, an intense blue color appears. This color disappears as soon as the iodine is consumed by thiosulfate ions, and the product formed is colorless because it is iodide ion and tetrathionate ion. Thus, the endpoint can be easily tracked, and the rest is stoichiometric calculation.